Buildaid Media, powered by builders and supported by Mix 93.8 FM and SA Garden and Home, are proud to bring you this Homeowners Workshop series. Throughout this 10-part series, we will be showcasing a wide variety of industry specialists to ensure a positive building experience. Eldon Kruger highlights the science behind Pratliperl's revolutionary concrete mixture that creates an insulating plaster for walling and roofing. Your host is Graham Alexander from Buildaid Media.
What these guys have done now, they've invented or they manufacture a product, Pratliperl. It's a plaster that's an insulator. So I'm not going to say any more, Eldon.
Okay, fine. What it is essentially we own a property in KwaZulu-Natal where we mine a rock. It's a lava rock called Perlite, and we mine it and bring it up to Gauteng, where it goes into a factory where we expand it, because it's essentially glass. So when you expand it, it forms a little vacuum bead, and that is essentially what Pratliperl is. It's little vacuum beads that you mix with cement. And what's so nice about the product is you can plaster it on the wall, you can do screeds with it, and it replaces the sand in your mixture. And there's no special application methods, or you don't need a specialist to apply it. So if you've got a guy that can do sand and cement plastering, you can obviously work with Pratliperl and cement.
So these little beads, I think that's the best way of describing
little vacuum beads.
It has a vacuum in it.
It's a vacuum, yeah.
As we may or may not know, vacuum is your perfect insulator.
Yeah.
Something can't cross it. So you have these little vacuum beads.
Yeah, let me explain that
how
a little.
How big are they?
It's quite small. It's about 2 to 3 millimeter. But let me explain where the vacuum comes from. So it's essentially lava rock that we crush down to about sugar grain size. And lava rock is essentially glass. And inside the glass structure, the way lava was formed, it trapped minute little bits of water inside. So when you stick that little sugar grain lava rock into a hot furnace, it's exactly the same what happens to popcorn. When you throw a millipip into hot oil, it does that. It expands because of the moisture inside. So exactly the same with the little lava rock. You put it into the furnace, and it does that. It doesn't open up like that, it does that. So from nothing, it forms a little bead. Inside, you've got vacuum, and then those little beads you mix with cement and you plaster it on the wall. So essentially, you're putting sort of vacuum on your wall.
I know that your product was used in the sheds at Waterfall.
Yeah.
It's a cluster development,
yeah.
And they achieved all the requirements and regulations through plastering the walls with your product.
It's a very good thermal insulation product, as you said, a vacuum. So what we're looking at on the slide is if you plaster your wall, and I mean you have to plaster your wall either with sand and cement. We'd like you to plaster with Pratliperl and cement. If you plaster your wall 15 millimeters thick, an outside double brick wall, you're essentially doubling the insulation of that wall. So you're doubling the R value of the wall. So less heat flow through the wall or less cold coming through the wall. And as you said initially when we started this workshop, people always think of the roofs and the ceilings, but don't forget the walls. There's a lot of cold coming through the wall and a lot of heat loss through the wall as well.
A couple of the applications, Eldon, and I looked through your pictures earlier on, and I was quite chuffed to see that you're putting it on roofs as well. Well, let's run through the slides. I think we'll come.
What you're looking at there is a concrete slab roof. That's in fact the hospital in Pretoria, Suid-Afrikaanse Hospital in Pretoria, where you've got a flat concrete roof. Now the application there is thermal as well as level control. So what they did, a fall to screed to let your water run off, and you adding thermal properties to that concrete roof, because concrete is quite cold. So you're adding a bit of thermal in there. And obviously you would then waterproof on top of that. Like it'll be a raw concrete. You can't just leave it up on a roof. You need to still either waterproof it with a product like Derby-Gum or one of the other products that you waterproof with. And what we're looking at there is a steel structured roof. That's quite new design. Your architects quite like that, doing it now, where you've got a steel structured roof, totally made from steel, and the Pratliperl is then filled in there into the steel to thermally protect it, as well as noise. When it hails on a steel roof, it's horrible. and that it has sound absorption as well if it hails. Same there on a corrugated roof. That's a house in Nelspruit that was done with Pratliperl. Corrugated roof, Pratliperl put on top, like you would do a normal screed, floated off, and then waterproofing on top. So it's quite easy to work with. You can plaster your walls. The plaster application is a little bit different to normal plaster. Normal plaster, you would mix sand and cement, and you throw the plaster onto the wall, because normal plaster is quite heavy and it sticks to the wall. This is light. It's very light. If you want to come and feel it at my stand, it's very, very light. In fact, it floats on water, so light it is. In this case, you would smear it on, and then like you would rhinolite, smear it on, and then put your straight edge, work it off with a straight edge, and float it to your required finish. You can gunite it as well.
That's what we see there.
You can
Sorry,
gunite.
yeah,
In
you're
fact,
spraying it on.
Spraying it on. In fact, that's the fire test tunnel at Comro at the CSIR, where they do their fire tests in. So you can gunite it on. You can make bricks from it. We've got guys down in Cape Town doing form bricks from it, where you would build a house with a lightweight thermally insulating brick. So it's whatever you can do with sand and cement, you can do with Pratliperl and cement. Very easy to work with. Those are the bricks, yeah. Those are form bricks that you don't even use mortar in between. It's just form brick, and you build your house from form brick.
Thanks for joining us. If you would like to watch any more of the workshops in the Homeowner series, follow the Buildaid YouTube channel or visit our website, buildaid.co.za, where you can view a full range of our product offering. To book your seat at our next workshop, visit caxtonevents.co.za. Don't forget to tune in to Mix 93.8 FM Wednesday evenings from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. to listen to the Buildaid show.